Have you ever been in the middle of a perfectly reasonable debate, only to feel like the conversation suddenly took a sharp and really confusing turn? You make a point, you provide a simple example to help illustrate it, and suddenly your opponent is shouting about how ridiculous the example is, as if the example was your entire argument. It's frustrating. It's kind of like the goalposts were moved while you weren't looking. That confusion and frustration is due to a very specific logical fallacy called attacking the example. By learning to recognize it, you can develop the mental clarity that you need to stay grounded in truth, even when the conversation tries to pull you off track. I've been trying this new routine. Whenever I finish something up, like a really long email or something like that, I take about a 2-minute break just to stretch a little bit. It's been helping me to stay alert for whatever the next task is. You're saying that getting up and exercising after every email makes you more productive? That's ridiculous. That was just an example. What I'm really talking about is just taking a few seconds of movement whenever it's needed, just to help with refocusing. If everyone takes a break when they finish an email, productivity's just gonna tank. Larry's core claim is that a brief movement after a task can help to improve focus. He used a very specific instance, a quick stretch after finishing an email, to illustrate his idea. Larry, however, didn't address the core claim. He zeroed in on the example, magnified its details, and presented it as if it represented Harry's entire position. This is the fallacy of attacking the example, treating a simplified illustration as if it were the whole argument. This fallacy usually involves 3 steps. A speaker makes a claim and supports it with a concrete, relatable example. The opponent ignores that claim and focuses on one particular part of the example. The opponent then exaggerates that part, turning it into a caricature of the original claim. The result is a distraction. It's easier to argue about the exaggeration than it is to consider the actual point. When you encounter this, don't feel compelled to defend the example. Instead, redirect the conversation back to the main point. This logical fallacy happens in all kinds of situations, from politics to social issues to everyday life. For example, a friend might say, "I found that staying hydrated helps me to feel more energetic and alert throughout the day, so I've been trying to be more conscious of drinking water regularly. I drink a glass of water right after every meal." Someone counters with, "So everyone should drink water after every single meal? What if they're in a hurry? Or maybe they just aren't thirsty?" The counter focuses on the specific example, ignoring the broader point about hydration. Or maybe a student suggests to a friend, "When I'm reading something heavy and I need to remember it, I like to take short breaks. I get up and walk around, or even go outside for a little while." And their friend replies, "You're saying to stop reading after every section? That disrupts the flow." The reply exaggerates the example and sidesteps the point that a break can actually help with retention. Or maybe a parent says, "Being in front of a screen all the time isn't healthy. Why not take some time away to do something interesting and creative, maybe some artwork?" And their daughter responds, "I don't even know how to draw." The daughter attacks the example instead of considering the broader idea of balancing screen time with some other healthy activities. In each of these cases, the core idea is bypassed. The focus shifts to the particular example. When someone attacks your example, Recognize that they're diverting from the real point. Calmly bring the discussion back. That was a simple example. I'm proposing short breaks after tasks, not a full break after every action. By mastering the logic, you protect your peace of mind and you ensure that your conversations lead to understanding instead of becoming loud distractions. Keep thinking critically and stay focused on the central claim. Avoid being sidetracked by exaggerated illustrations. That's it for today. Keep your discussions grounded and let the ideas themselves guide the conversations. Thanks for taking a few minutes to watch this video. There's more content about critical thinking, mind, meaning, and society at quietfrontier.com. Please feel free to check it out anytime you get a chance. And there's a link in the description as well. And if you find this content meaningful, I'd really appreciate it if you take a second to hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks again for watching. Take good care.